Reason number one, leadership equipment. So years ago, I went and invested into Trajan, and over the years, I also tried to upgrade it in equipment as best as possible with what I had. And at this point in time, it's good enough to be used as a mono troop type, so with only one troop type. And Philip is the best possible candidate to do it. It's mostly biased towards infantry and cavalry if you look at the armaments. So my pairing for now is going to be William. And just because it is going to be used echelon formation, and William does percentage-based buffs, which is the defense or the fourth skill. So instead of 20%, you're going to give 24% defense. What I like about this pairing a lot is because it has a lot of synergy. Because Philip is also enabling a lot of damage, and William doesn't do as much damage. But William does provide a crucial buff, which is going to be even more relevant if you're going to use Arthur as a secondary, which most people will, which is this. Increased skill damage debuff. So it's going to be beneficial to have William on the field, in my opinion, just for this alone. But also the march speed manipulation is going to be nice. And stats-wise, he's also getting a lot of damage bonus. And Philip also gives you a lot of damage bonus. So in theory, this march should do a lot more damage than it meets the eye. And I like it for that reason alone. And also, I plan to use a Cage of Thorns build for that pairing. Which is going to look something like this. So you're going to get all 5 points into Cage of Thorns. And it makes everyone around you basically slow down. So this is for me very powerful because usually I can't manage to catch people, or if I want to get away, I just pop this and try to run away. So this is very powerful, and it gets away all of the march speed shenanigans that might be on the way. And the build looks like something like this. We're gonna have more troops, we're gonna have defense, and with a lot of Philip with expertise, we might have a lot of skill activations. So it's going to be quite tanky, and I like everything about it. Reason number two is his flexibility with pairings. So Philip is a Swiss Army knife, I would say. He's going to be paired well with any troop type. You can pair with mixed troops, but I think ideally you want to stick with just one troop type. And Ragnar, on the other hand, is a very good commander, don't get me wrong, but I think his pairings are limited. And also, after this calorie cycle, guess which is the next cycle of new commanders? 10th gen commander. Yeah, infantry. So for that reason alone, I'm also concerned of how will Ragnar fare against this 10th generation. Because let's face it, this past one, the 9th generation, you could make the argument that you could skip every single one of them. But I don't think that is the case with this new generation. I think you're going to have all of them, at least one of them. And I don't think Ragnar, if you're going to stay as a skill damage infantry, maybe, but what are the chances of it staying skill damage? Or it might do dual damage like Arthur does with both combo and skill damage. So maybe something along that, maybe like dual skill damage, smite damage commander. That might be interesting. And in that case, you probably could still stay with Ragnar and pair with that new infantry, or you could just do Philip with the new infantry and maybe do something like William Wallace still with Liuche, or you can use Philip Liuche and use William Wallace with the new infantry if it's smite. So it gives you options. And I would like to recommend for people to have a handful of universals for every release, because as I said, we're probably gonna want to have at least one of these commanders. So those are the main reasons. But now let's actually test out how this commander swap works. I've had a lot of headaches, like most of you did as well. How do I do it? Will I get 2 swaps? And for now, we're gonna test how many tickets it's gonna cost. So let's say I want to swap out someone like Frederick. Frederick is my main candidate because all of his skills are kind of useless. So I don't mind swapping for him. And if we go and scroll and find Philip, where is he? There he is. So he's level 1, he's level 10, and it's just 1 skill unlocked. So it's gonna take us all of the tickets. But let's slowly level him up so you can see the difference. Because I said in the comments, the more level up he is, all the way up to level 40, which is the skill level and star level, the tickets are going to be reduced. So let's start with that. Wow, there's a lot of scrolling to do. All right, so we're going to do some basic star upgrades. Making level 20. Let's see if anything changes. It should, at least a little bit. So commander swap, preview. Still 120. Okay. Let's go to level 30. Okay. Luckily, I have a lot of stars, so I don't mind. Level 30. Here we go. Let's see. Still 120. All right. Okay. So it's going to be at the very last level. Probably more tied to the star level than anything else. Okay. All right. So we got all of the skills unlocked. And we should be able to cook now. All right. No, thank you. Preview. It is still 120. Okay. So it doesn't work like that. Interesting. Well, I do have to get the tickets, but let's invest some universals into Philip. Luckily, there's only like 40 I can do. Don't need a lot. Oof. Wow, this could have gone badly. I forgot. I forgot to lock the skills. All right, that was lucky. Was lucky. All right. Confirm. Boom. All right, let's check the tickets. 36 tickets. Okay. So it works as intended. Just need to buy it. Need to buy for 3,600. Luckily, there's a quest where you can have to spend gems today. So that's good. And there we go. Pretty sick. Frederick, you're on the bench, my boy. Welcome, Philip. Confirm. Yo. Awesome. All right, so second swap is obviously going to be Arthur, but Arthur, as a free-to-play, you need to basically wait for 5 days. Luckily, there is time. There is no trial where you can make the event longer than it has to be. So luckily, there is that. We spent some gems, and now let's switch equipment. Where is he? There he is. Beautiful. So we're going for the Cage of Thorns build. full Cage of Thorns. Yeah, we can do belt. And for 1 point, we can go something like this. Yeah. Perfect. Echelon formation. Just we're gonna swap everything here. For now. I know this is not the best equipment, but it will do for now. And I'm not equipping armaments. And there we go. So, the star level does not decrease. We saw that. But if you invest some universals, you can really make a really good swap. And I think it's definitely worth it. So even if you spend 100, it's still way better than not having the opportunity to swap. So should you swap for Philip as a free-to-play or a low spender? Then that is debatable. It's just very subjective. In my case, I went for the leadership here. I went for the armaments. I want the echelon formation. I like the formation. And it's something that will enable me to use my 5th march. And my 5th march is going to look something like this. So Zulkarm is going to stay. Wallace Luce is going to stay. Juan Scipio is going to stay. Nevsky is going to be with Arthur. And Philip is going to be with William. So it's going to be basically 2 cavalry marches, 2 infantry, and 1 archer. Which is the meta, but obviously not all the pairings are meta. And by the time next infantry comes around, I will have enough universals to max right away. And if it's not as good, I can always go back and work with Ragnar, for example, and also work on someone like Huo or someone like that if I want to add in another march to my lineup. But so far I've been happy, and I hope this video helped you to see the costs. And I'm just glad this is finally over. Well, not entirely over, we still have Arthur to get, but I've been thinking a lot of the possibilities and I just wanted to get it done. I hope you guys make your choices for your account as best you can, and good luck, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.